Hey guys, Trevor Boone from Emerald City Guitars, and today I'm so excited to talk about this really special 1959 Gibson ES-335. Let's start with some basics. So ES stands for Electric Spanish Guitar or Electric Spanish Model. This was a model that debuted in '58, and Gibson already had these arch tops going on. They had some full hollow arch tops that were a little thicker, some that were thinner. Some had the Charlie Christian, the P90 pickups, really great guitars that were gaining popularity. But they were having this issue with feedback. Being fully hollow and P90s, which is essentially a overwound single coil, they were prone to feedback. And as the Gibson Les Paul came out, the first solid body, they kind of wanted to meet in the middle there and create a guitar that could basically withstand a little bit more volume without feeding back, a little bit thinner. That would be a little bit easier to play on stage, and they were just basically in innovation mode, and this model came out. It was a result of that time, and I'm so happy that they created this. So in my opinion, this is definitely the king of semi-hollow bodies. And also, if you look in there, you might think it's fully hollow, but that is not true. There is a solid maple block right here that the two PAFs rest on, and that really, really helps avoid some of that feedback, opposed to the 330 with two P90s with no maple block and really great guitar, but you're gonna get a little bit more feedback. So I have medium-sized hands, and this 59 profile is perfect. It's so comfortable. Some of the reissues, R8s, R9s, they overdo it and they're a real commitment. This feels perfect. I have medium-sized hands and it's ideal. In combination with the 1 11/16 nut width, it just makes for a perfect performance, great playing guitar. Your hands aren't getting cramped up there, and it's really a really good neck to have on one of these. Also, this is a dot neck. So when you hear that term, dot neck 335s, it's basically from '58 to '62. That's about the time they started phasing out the PAF pickups, and you'd see patent numbers. This is full 59, so they have the PAF pickups. If you're not aware of what those are, they are the holy grail pickups, highly coveted. It stands for patent applied for. Seth Lover designed these pickups. They hadn't really settled on a name. It was literally a patent applied for sticker, and it's really, really a historic pickup that everyone wants. Every pickup maker strives to create, which is almost going to be impossible because of the imperfections. There were 4 machines making these pickups back in the day, 2 of which lacked the auto stop mechanism, so that results in a lot of variation in tone and output. So it's kind of a fun search for those perfect PAFs. And these are just an incredible, incredible example. Double blacks, which means the bobbin color. It goes from double whites, zebra, double blacks. There's a couple variations. These are double blacks, and they sound so, so good. Super strong, never tampered with. Solder joints are all perfect and original. No one had them in and out. It's straight up. This guitar does have replaced tuners. At some point, somebody put some newer ones in they thought would function a little better. Could have been true. The originals are in the case, but they did put some replacements on, which we kept on because they work great, they look great. They're really traditional, if you can see. When they did that, they had to enlarge the holes just slightly. People use the term reamed out. That just means when they put them in where they fit in had to be enlarged just a little bit. So that's the only thing that's been altered. Other than that, this is completely straight up. And you've seen this guitar in the hands of B.B. King, Eric Clapton, of course, Noel Gallagher, Chuck Berry, so many artists and musicians, and it does everything from rock and roll to soft tones, jazz to country. It really hits everything. When you involve those acoustic qualities with a really old piece of old growth wood and really strong PAF pickups, it can do anything. I love these guitars, and this is absolutely the holy grail year. You see some of the blonde ones fetching 80 grand to over 100. This is a sunburst model, which is going to be a little bit more affordable, but still a really collectible, just amazing piece of history created by the golden era Gibson factories. So a couple things. This specific guitar, like I said, it's just a great, great wood. The burst is unbelievable. We have a couple in right now, 259s, and this one is just so much more preserved. Both are great in their own right, but this is just totally, you know, it's basically what they've reissued. If you search .neck reissue Gibson, you're gonna see something come up that looks really similar to this. And that just goes to show, I mean, this is the historic, iconic combination of sunburst finish, 59 appointments, and just a ridiculously cool guitar. I've spent a lot of time with this one since we've got it in, and it's crazy how resonant it is, and just has that amazing PAF sparkle, and the low end is just outstanding. I'm a big fan of the early 60s as well, but there's something about the 58, the 59 with a little bit more meat on the back of the neck. You're gonna hear a much more variation between those pickups. They just have this low end that those later ones don't have. They still have that amazing growl, a little bit more mid-range, but if you want the full meal deal, 59 is the way to go, and this is a ridiculous example. So, next up, 1959 Tweed Bandmaster, one of my favorite amps. Bandmasters and Bassmans, really similar. This is 3 10s compared to 4 10s, runs 40 watts, 6L6s. This is the 5E7 circuit, really, really desirable model. It's got the dog bone handle, which is pretty cool to see on that too. And this is a ridiculous amp. I plugged in it the other day with a couple different guitars, and it's one of those amps you stand in front of and you can't imagine any guitar sounding better. It's crazy. It has a really nice glassy clean that only these higher watt Tweed amps really achieve. I love little deluxes, you know, Vibroluxes, supers, but once you get to about this size, it's just a whole nother dimension. And especially this combination, it's gonna hold the lows of a Les Paul or 335, and it's just a whole different world. They had something going on back then. I don't know how to explain it, and you know, you have to kind of sit in front of it to hear it. We're gonna do our best to show you via video, but this is ridiculous. Historic amp that's in amazing condition. I mean, it just smells like 50s. Everything about it is the truth. All right, guys, so thanks for listening to me ramble about these. I'm obsessed with these 2 items, so thanks for bearing with me. I'm gonna have Ian Crawford come in today to play this 59 ES-335 through this 59 Fender Bandmaster, show you how it's supposed to sound. All right guys, there you have it, a 1959 Gibson ES-335 plugged into a 59 Fender Bandmaster. Holy grail combination. Thank you so much for watching, we'll see you next time.